Hey, what's happening, everyone? Welcome to day two. Welcome to day two of the 5-day challenge. So fired up for you guys to be here. Trying something new. I'm trying to get a Instagram live over here and Facebook. So we'll see how it works out. If during the stream it's going really slow, let me know, and then I'll get out of the Instagram live. Hopefully my internet is surviving right now. But super stoked to be here at day two. Again, this is Dr. Hux. I'm with Phase Forward Therapy and Wellness, and living out of Chicago, and just fired up to be here to give you guys this content. And I hope it helps. I hope it brings some value to you guys to improve your running, to improve your life, your personal growth. Everything you're trying to do. So it looks like the Instagram. Okay, so I have Instagram over here secondary. So, hey Sean, what's going on, man? Thanks for coming on. So yeah, I hope you guys went through day one yesterday, where we really talked about the why, talked about your desire for running, nice man, nice. Yeah, you can watch this one and go back to that one. I think that one's so important because that lays the foundation, just has the base. That's kind of the start of the challenge. All the rest of the stuff's gonna flow from that one. But without that first one, that's really the pivotal one. That's gonna really get that first step, which I think a lot of us struggle with. We struggle with that first step, getting started in our running journey, getting started in our business or relationship. It's that first step that's so crucial. Once we take that first step, then it's momentum. So yeah, I love the interaction yesterday, and I've been excited about this one. This is a biggie. So we're gonna be talking about pain, afraid of getting hurt, injury prevention, and then and former injuries with running. This is one that keeps so many people from running. I know for me in my past, it's kept me from running. Hey Melody, thanks for coming on. Yeah, so like this mindset of afraid of getting hurt. If you're not used to running. Oh, I love it, man. I love it. Appreciate you multitasking. But yeah, it's so crucial here, getting the right mindset going into running. And talking about former pains, afraid of getting hurt. This is true in my life. I was discussing this with my fiance the past few days about this. This is something a lot of people struggle with. A lot of people struggle with, taking that first step forward. And then of course, we'll get running, we'll get moving in that first, second week. And then the pain starts to creep up. Maybe that former pain that stopped us from running the first time, that starts to creep up, or maybe a new injury and everything. So the first thing I want to say is pain is not normal. I talk to so many runners, so many people that have back pain. Even a lot of runners suffer from low back pain, but 9 out of 10 runners, back pain's not going to stop them from running. It's just one of those things. The runner, once they get going and they get that runner's high, they just want to keep pushing through the pain. So, but I want to hit on that. So I want to make sure that's highlighted. It is not normal. It is not normal to have pain. Lower back, common injuries are in the hip. You get that hip flexor tightness or pain. You get the IT band syndrome. You got a lot of different knee injuries. Runner's knee, that term's thrown out a lot. You got your meniscus. The meniscus gets commonly injured with running as well if you're not doing the appropriate things. And then down to the ankle, shin splints, of course, Achilles tendonitis, plantar fasciitis. I know these are all terms you guys have probably heard, especially my experienced runners. But yeah, again, pain is not normal. Pain is not normal. I want to highlight that and make sure. And also I want to say stretching A common mistake is stretching is going to improve your pain, get you pain free when running. That is false. That's false. I'm not against stretching. Yes, Melody, very true. SI joints, that's a biggie too. That's a biggie too. If your core is not stabilized and you got things moving too much, yeah, the SI joint can definitely get flared up. But yeah. So stretching is not going to cure your pain. Stretching will decrease your pain, and I'm not against stretching. You know, we do need to address our flexibility with running, but usually if you start getting tightness in the front of your hips, which is very common, those hip flexors. Another common place is we'll get tightness in our back of our legs, hamstrings, calves. That tightness is actually not from being inflexible. It's actually from weakness. So when those muscles start getting real tight when you're running and you're like, "Ooh, it doesn't feel right, I need to stretch this." A lot of people will try to stretch during running. Dynamic stretch is okay and everything, but really the main thing that you need to do is strength. So you need to strengthen those hip flexors, the muscles in front of your hips. You need to strengthen your hamstrings, quads, calves, all those areas that get tight. It's actually from weakness. It's from weakness. And I find a lot of patients, a lot of runners, they will just stretch and stretch and stretch, and then maybe they'll go on YouTube or Facebook, Instagram, and just look at a few exercises, physical therapists or whoever's doing, and think that's enough. But again, it's not. It might help, doing those 1 or 2 injuries, but it might not be appropriate for you. It might not be individualized. Those are very general exercises they're posting, stretching and everything. So there might be more you need. There might be something else you need. And Brenda says, "I'm horrible with strength training. I always skip it." Brenda, you're not alone. You're not alone. I struggle with this. My fiance struggles with this. So many runners struggle with this. We all want that runner's high. We just want that endurance. We want that, to get out there, outdoors and everything. But to tell you, Brenda, than everyone else, strength training can be fun. It can be fun. You have to get creative. You have to. I always like strength training outside. Obviously the gym has higher weights. We can get higher resistance to help with our running. But there's so many things you can do. Body workouts, outdoors. Sometimes what I'll even do, I'll be running, and then maybe if I'm not doing like a distance day or just a long mileage day, I'll actually throw in some strength training when I'm running. Like in the middle of the run, I'll start doing some squats, some single leg deadlifts, lunges, just kind of throw them in there. And the key with strength training and how it's improving is similar to running. You have to get to that point of suffering. So if you're doing like a single leg deadlift, you have to get to the point where you can't really do any more. You have to push it. You can't just stop at 8 to 10 reps. You got to get to that point where it's exhausted. That muscle's really burning. So that's a recommendation for you guys. But Brenda, I'm happy you brought up strength training, because what I would recommend with strength training is try for at least twice a week. Some runners will get away with once, and once is better than 0. But shoot for twice, and really, if you do 20 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes, that's solid. That's a solid amount. What's happening, Tim? Thanks for coming on, man. If you do that 20 to 30 minutes of good resistance, and since we're talking about running, good resistance to the calves, quads, hamstrings, hips, and then of course core. That's something we cannot miss too with our strength training. What I'll do a lot is I'll break up my strength training days, so where I work out my legs and my arms. Maybe I'll do those together, and then I'll do core separate. So keep those days separate, so you're making sure you put enough time into those muscles, or into getting those muscles exhausted, because it's so important. Because running's very demanding. It's a very, very demanding exercise. So we have to make sure our core and our leg muscles, even our back, your shoulders are moving and you're rotating with running. We got to make sure we have all of these muscles stabilized and strong with running. Since Tim asked, core should be separate. Yeah. What? Sometimes I'll do core with my legs, core with my arms. I kind of switch it up. That's the key. What I found with my routine and just staying consistent, just making sure I keep it creative. But I know at the beginning we really should keep it into a routine so it becomes a habit. So Tim, what I would say is at the beginning while your core is still on the weaker end and it's getting stronger, you might not be able to do a full day of core because it will get exhausted after like 5-10 minutes, hitting the low back, hitting the front side, the sides. So what you could do is combine the core with your legs. So do like a 20 to 30 minute workout of both of those, or you could do core with the arms. So either one, I'll be honest, yesterday I combined all of them, but it was more of like a HIIT workout. So HIIT's just like boom, boom, boom. But yeah, I would say don't overwhelm yourself. Just hit like one body part. Yeah, just hit one body part. Tim says perfect. So yeah, that's what I would say with the strength training. And then again, I want to hit this again. Stretching will not heal the root of the problem, and it's not going to heal or get you out of pain. So I just want to make sure you guys understand that. I'm a big fan of stretching, but it's not going to treat the root of the problem. Like if you just do running and stretching, let's just say, for example, you have knee pain. So you're doing running and then you stretch. The stretch might get you out of the pain. Say you stretch after running or the next day. It might get you out of the pain, but it's not going to heal the root of the problem. Like right when you get back to your next run, most likely you're going to feel that knee pain again. And it's because the muscles aren't strong enough. They're not stabilized. So I'd say with running, it's more important to hit the resistance and the strengthening than the flexibility. If you just think of the running motion, so you're pumping your arms and you're going one step at a time. It doesn't require a lot of flexibility. It's not like I would compare it to tennis or golf, where you're really loading up and you're getting your full body into it. Running's not. It doesn't require a lot of flexibility, to be honest with you guys. Like it just requires the right running mechanics. Which one thing you want to do is when you're running, you just want to lean forward a little bit, just so you have momentum. And then when you're landing, it doesn't. I read a lot of things or YouTube that say you should land on your certain part of your foot. It's not so important, to be honest. You don't want to land completely on the heel, otherwise your calves are really going to tighten up and prevent you from going very far. But you just want to make sure you're leaning forward a little bit and then just have that momentum. So that's a big thing with running mechanics. And then since we're here, talking about form, cadence is a big thing. That's something we can. Let me get into it a little bit. So cadence is how many steps you take per minute. So you have your walking cadence, then your running cadence. And according to research articles, in regards to cadence, you should try to keep your cadence above 170 to prevent injury. So how you can calculate cadence is, get a stopwatch or a metronome and count your steps per minute. So if you wanted to get on your stopwatch, do it at a minute, or do a metronome that does seconds, and then try to count each step. It's easier just to count each right step or left step for the minute, then multiply it by 2. And that'll help you find your cadence. So that's something I would recommend too. Try to calculate that, and you can prevent injury if you get above that 170 and everything, especially when you start getting into speed training. Man, I got some amazing people coming on. Joe, what's going on? Thanks for coming on. And then Kristen, thanks for coming on. I got some runners. Got some runners in here putting some pressure on me. Um, and then Tim says 170 steps, 170 steps. Yeah, that's correct. That's correct. Try to get it up to that 170 and above. You know, you'll find a lot of like marathon runners and like ultra marathon runners. They'll get their cadence up to 190, above 200, to be honest. But really, a lot of that has to do with they're just going faster. Like these are people, you know, going like 7-8 minute miles. So they're going faster, and then they're doing those smaller steps. So yeah, 170 and above. That's perfect. That's perfect. Let's see. I appreciate the questions, guys. I love the interaction. Let's see. What was the other thing I wanted to hit? Oh yeah, yes. This is crucial. This is crucial. You must recover. I know runners hate hearing this. This is a difficult thing for us to hear, but you have to recover. You can't, you know, we all want that runner high, and like Brenda was saying, you know, we don't like to strength train, we don't like to do these other things. Like running just more fun. It gets our mind in it, you know, we see more impact from running compared to other things. Because we're getting those endorphins out and whatnot. But you know, if you want to be a sustained runner, if you want to do this long term, if you want to stay injury free, pain free, you have to take your recovery days. And you know, this. Hey mom, thanks for coming on. Love you, mama. But yeah, recovery days are so crucial. You know, one thing I say is, you know, especially if you're a beginner, don't try to just be like, oh, I'm gonna run 10 to 15 miles this week. You know, maybe have a goal of, maybe just start with like a few miles, 3 to 5 miles. This is a new motion. So then let's say that week you hit 3 to 5 miles. And during that week, make sure you are having recovery. Don't run every day. Maybe run like two times that week. So have like maybe a 1 or 2 mile run, then another 1 to 2 mile run, a couple days in between. And then after that week, there's a 10% rule. So then you want to increase your mileage for the week by 10%. So let's just say, for example, you do 10 miles one week, increase it to 11 miles. And then 12 miles, so on. Of course, you don't want to keep doing this. You know, obviously, for running every week, that would be like 52 miles, and then 10%. You know, you'd be doing over 100 miles a week. You know, I know some people do quite a bit. Awesome, Tim. Thanks for coming on, brother. But yeah, you want to increase 10%, and then make sure you have recovery days. So maybe that'll look like doing a longer run, like on Monday. Let's just say you're trying to get to 15 miles, doing a 5 mile run Monday, and take a break on Tuesday. Then let's say you do another 5 mile run Wednesday, take a break on Thursday, then another 5 mile run. That's just an example. Then you get to your 15 miles, but make sure you're not doing too much like back to back to back. You know, I believe once you get experience, you can do back to back runs. You know, I ran today about 4 miles, and then I'll be running again tomorrow. You know, we can't miss Global Running Day. We all gotta. I would encourage you guys. Let's all run on Global Running Day tomorrow. Even if you run half mile or mile, it'll be a good motivation, good starting point. Brenda says horrible, right? Taking rest days. Yeah. We all are. So, yeah, Brenda, they're difficult. You know, we just want to run and just keep moving forward. But yeah. So again, main points, like we have to, like Brenda was saying, we have to take rest days, recovery days. We have to let the body heal. And these days you can stretch and just relax. Make sure you're getting enough water, nutrition, and everything. So that's one thing. You know, definitely get your recovery days. 2 is strength training. Try to strength or resistance train at least twice a week. You know, you can get away with 1 if you're not increasing your miles Like if your goal is not to run like a half marathon, if you're just trying to do like maybe like 5 to 10 miles a week, you can get away with one, but I encourage two. Encourage strength training twice a week. Another big thing was pain. You know, stretching's not going to heal the root of the problem. It's going to act as a band-aid, get you out of pain temporarily, but stretching is not going to heal the root of the problem. When you got the tightness when running, it's actually from weakness, not stretching. So that was the other big point. And then of course water, nutrition. Those things are very important. Make sure you're getting enough water, nutrition. Because as you increase your running, you're gonna burn more calories. So you got to make sure you're fueling yourself and everything. So let's see. Those were the main. If anyone has any questions on cadence, you know, message me individually and we can go over that more. Let's see. Those are the big things. Those are the big things starting out. You know, also I wanted to say this. So overuse and running injuries are caused from two things typically. Overuse injuries is about 90%. So, you know, runner's knee, IT band syndrome, shin splints, back pain, all that stuff is from overuse. So overusing those muscles, not strengthening, not making sure you're getting enough hydration. So 90% of all running injuries are overuse, and then about 10% of running injuries are traumatic events. So things that happen, you know, like a fall or something major and everything. So that's usually what we see with running injuries. What up, Captain? Thanks for coming on, brother. Thanks for coming on. Everyone, make sure you check out David Bailey, Captain's personal page too. He's got a lot of great content, stretching and different exercises you can do and everything. So yeah, so I hope this helps you guys. Hope this helps. You know, we have to get over these hurdles of pain and injury. Of course, we have to make sure we're taking care of them. We can't just expect like pain is normal. We have to take care of these things and whatnot. So hope this helps. You know, I'm fired up for you guys. Can't wait to hear about the journey, you know, your runs this week, and let's definitely make sure we get a run tomorrow. Let's all run together. It's Global Running Day, so let's get on there. And then that hits to my point. So we'll be talking about like having like an accountability partner or like an accountability group for your running. That's what we're going to be discussing tomorrow. So it just so happened to land on the Global Running Day. So we'll be talking about that, the importance of having a partner, staying motivated, all that good stuff. But Brenda says, thanks so much. Brenda, thank you for coming on. And then Brenda, if you have any other questions, reach out to me. You know, I'm here in the group I want to just share with you guys all my knowledge and insight and all that. Captain says, I just died on my run. Dude. Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect, Captain. Well, not perfect. No, I don't want you dying. I don't want you dying. But yeah, I'm here to help you guys. We want to live. We want our runs to cause us to live, not to die. So I'm here for you guys. If you guys have any individual questions, message me. You know, message on the comments. You can send me. Well, actually, post them in the group. That's, you know, the questions you have. You know, different people are going to have the questions. So that's the purpose. We're a community. We're all here for each other. So yeah, any comments, post below, and then if you're on the team replay, say replay below, and let's make it a great, what day are we on? Tuesday. Let's make it a great Tuesday. Love you guys. Thanks for coming on, and I'll be on tomorrow, same time, 9:30 Central, 7:30 Pacific. I'm sorry for my Pacific people. I know it's a little early, but it'll be worth it. And then 10:30 Eastern. So much love to you guys, and let's make it a beautiful day.